And I think art is a very important part of everybody's life, to express themselves in new and different ways, and to use their hands, and to see the connection between the mind and the eye and the hand. And it provided an opportunity for these kids that they would not have gotten in their schools or at home. A mandala is a visual design, very ancient visual design, sacred art form used in Hindu and Buddhist art. It's a series of squares and circles, with the circle representing infinity and the eternal nature of reality, and the squares representing material, finite reality. So in Hinduism and in Buddhism, the idea is that true reality is lying underneath and behind this external manifestation of matter and form. Because the story that we used is very familiar to Indians, and the parents had been exposed to the story when they grew up in India, and the kids were being exposed to it for the first time, so we wanted to see the reaction on the part of the children. And this particular story is the snake and the mongoose. And in short, the moral is, do not rush to judgment, lest you make a mistake that you can never correct. So a man and his wife don't have kids, and so they adopt a pet mongoose. And both the husband and wife love this mongoose. After 1 year, a baby is born. And the wife is worried that the mongoose might harm the baby. One day she leaves to go get water from the river, and while she's gone, she asks her husband to look after the baby. The husband says, yes, fine, but the mongoose is here too, so don't worry. While the wife is gone, a minister from the court comes and says that this man is required at court. So he has to leave, and he leaves the mongoose in charge of protecting the baby. And while both the adults are gone, both the humans are gone, a snake, a cobra, comes in and is about to attack the infant who's in the cradle. And the mongoose rushes over, and they have a big battle, and the mongoose kills the snake, but the mongoose is covered in blood. So when the wife comes home with the water pot on her head, she sees the mongoose covered in blood, and she assumes that the mongoose has killed her infant, so she throws the water pot on the mongoose. Then she goes over and sees the cradle, the baby is fine, then she sees the snake, and she realizes what she has done. So she runs back, takes the water pot away, and sees that the mongoose is dead. Many of the participants, the younger children, were my students, but not all of them were, and most of them did not know each other. So they had a wonderful time getting to know each other and working together on a very different type of artwork. Most of them had not had any experience doing this kind of fine art before. They were exposed to a new way of expressing their culture.